piss poor, this one. So, out of the kettle and into the jerry. Well, it's been a while since I've been up in the hops, and they have taken over the glass house to the point that they're creeping along the ground, strangling all the other weeds. Look at them down here. They just covered the ground, growing back up the wall over here. Getting stuck. Catch them everywhere. Oh, far out. Happy Homebrew Wednesday number 16. Here I am up in the hop house. They got bloody big. They've taken over. They've taken over the ground. They've taken over everything. So hopefully I'll get some flowers and some hops on it soon. Finally, the Meladoidin lager is being reviewed. I was quite shocked when I tasted it. I've been tasting it sort of on and off as it's been lagering. The ale I've tasted as well, and I'll do that next Homebrew Wednesday. But this was the smash beer that I just wanted to try out with 100% Meladoidin grains in it. Now, those grains are meant to be used only as 10% of the mash schedule. So 100% was like, whoa, what are you doing? And I was actually quite surprised how it came out. The colours are right. It's not very clear at the moment because it's come out of a 1 degree kegerator. It's got a head retention on it. It's got a little bit of lacing on there, so that's working. A bit of protein in there. Smells like beer. Tastes like beer. It's got body on it. Could do with a little bit more hop flavour. It's got the bittering hops in it, but just a little bit more hop flavour, or even a little bit of dry hopping, a little bit of hop aroma would be quite nice. But the surprising thing is it's only 2% alcohol, and it tastes good. I've never had a low alcohol beer that's tasted good before. Oh, sorry, I have. Lowrider is a 2% IPA. Tastes bloody good, but it's packed jam full of hops, and that's why it tastes good. But this just as a brown ale, a brown lager, sorry, a lager. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm surprised. So I will be playing around with this a little bit more in the future. Maybe not 100%. Maybe a 50-50 with a pale ale, 2-row pale grain or something like that. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was going to come out and just taste like malt, like biscuit. It has got a sweetness in there, but the sweetness isn't overpowering. It's got good body, good head retention, good beer. Now, this weekend I brewed a traditional Bock. Last weekend just been. For a competition, so I got a little bit of video about that. And I decided to do a no-chill, because there's craze about no-chill cubes. You know, all the Aussies are doing it because they don't have water, or the water's too expensive to use in your counterflows or immersion chillers, so they just put it in a cube and let it chill naturally, cool down naturally. All good stuff. So it's all new to everybody else that has got abundance of water. So we're all giving it a crack. So I decided to give it a crack with a competition beer that I'm doing. Don't know whether that was a bright idea, but hey, might make it win. Here's a little bit about the brewing. Now, the sound was pretty crap when I was doing the brewing, so I'm going to try and do some narration over it now. So from memory, I'm going to try and remember what it's looking at. Here it is on the mash tun. I did it on Sabco, and I only did a 20 litre batch on the Sabco, which is something I've never done before, is actually doing a small batch on Sabco. Excuse me. So I mashed it for full 90 minutes at 68 degrees. I gave it a protein rest first at 50 degrees, and after my 90 minutes was up at 68, I raised it to 76 degrees to mash out. Here it is mashing out. It's come out really clear. It's surprisingly clear what's coming out into the kettle. and I am doing a full 90-minute boil on it as well, which was one thing that Tiny from Off Tap Brewing recommended, especially for the no chill, to make sure that you can get rid of as much of the DMS as possible. Here we go, Tiny. We're going to do this. This is my traditional Bock. So boil, just turn off the gas, and time to drop it into my cube and do a no chill. Now this beer's going into competition, Tiny, so stuffs it up. I won't blame you.
Into the cube with you, into the cube, and I will not pursue.
Here is the traditional Bock fermenting away. It came out at 1072 for its original gravity. Pre-boil gravity was a bit high, but I took my pre-boil gravity actually before I put my sparge porter in, so whoops, messed up there. So I don't know actually what my pre-boil gravity is. So I'm hoping it's going to come out quite nice. I decided to ferment it in the cube. No, why not? Let's just leave it in there. Let's go the whole hog and see how it goes. Anyway, let's come back to that in 2 months' time. Okay? Well, it's not going to ferment for 2 months, but it's going to take 2 months to lager. Got this in the post this week. This is my check valve for my hand pump cask. So the hand pump, the beer engine that I got at work, I needed a check valve on it for the cask ale, just so the beer doesn't flow back in again. So here's a genuine check valve for it. That's pretty cool. I actually got this is the chili bin that I use. Let's drag it out. Oh. This is the chili bin that I use at work. I brought home because I need to make some adjustments to it. It has a bladder in it with a line of pipe that I'm going to put all the quick connects on, and it is a little Peltier chili bin. So it hooks up to the mains power and it keeps it cool. It sucks in the cold air, or sucks in the air and makes it cold inside, and it's meant to keep it about 16 degrees centigrade below the ambient outside temperature. So I'm going to be putting some vents on this so I can vent it out of the cupboard, mounting on my check valves and bits and pieces for all the pumps, and away we go. So that's that little job. Another job I've got to do. Oh, what's that doing? And guess what else turned up in the mail? Brew tubers. Got my brew tubers bottle opener now. Sweet. If you haven't gone to brew tubers and have a gander, jump on and have a gander. Great forum for learning bits and pieces. Anyway, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Homebrew Wednesday? Yeah, Homebrew Wednesday. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. We will see you next week. We will see you in the weekend. Sounds like the chickens are being harassed. See you in the weekend with a bit more of the brewhouse build. Until then, have yourself another one. Ooh, look, see you there. Cheers. I've got to go save the chickens.